I'm Katya from History Behind Headlines, and today I'm coming to you from Uzhhorod, a city in western Ukraine. Welcome to my series about the historical context behind the current war in Ukraine, where I explain perhaps lesser known facts about the historical relations between Ukraine and Russia, which aid in the explanation for better understanding the Russian-Ukrainian war. In this episode, I will be talking about instances where Russia banned the use of the Ukrainian language. Ukrainian language bans were a way of trying to erase Ukrainian language, and with it, Ukrainian identity and culture. We start at the end of the Cossack times. Cossacks ruled Ukraine for hundreds of years. However, following their loss of power at the hands of Catherine II, Ukraine unfortunately became under the rule of the Russian Empire. After the establishment of the Russian Empire, the Russian Emperor's policies towards Ukraine became even stricter. In 1763, Catherine II prohibited Ukrainian language from being taught at the Kiev-Mohyla Academy, one of the most prominent academies in the entire Ukraine. In 1764, she abolished the Cossack siege. On July 30, 1863, Pyotr Valuyev, Russia's interior minister at the time, issued something called the Valuyev Circular, which, in effect, banned the usage of the Ukrainian language. He stated,
"There never was, is not, and cannot be any separate Little Russian language. Their dialect, used by the common folk, is the same Russian language, only corrupted by Polish influence."
In 1876, something called the Emsky Ukaz, or Ems Ukaz, was signed by Alexander II, which ordered further prohibition of the Ukrainian language. This decree prohibited the publication and import of Ukrainian language works, books, and translations, as well as banning the performance of Ukrainian plays in Ukrainian. It even went so far as to ban Ukrainian in musical notation. In the year 1911, something called the Nobility Congress voted that all educational institutions would teach exclusively in the Russian language throughout the entire Russian Empire, to which most of Ukraine belonged. Additionally, the publication and distribution of a famous work of writing by a famous poet and writer, Taras Shevchenko, was banned from all books, libraries, schools, and essentially everywhere in the Russian Empire. Interestingly, in the year 1721, Peter I, the Tsar of Muscovy, appropriated Ukraine's former state name of Rus, or Kievan-Rus, changing it to the Russian Empire in order to create a historical link between Muscovy and the Kievan-Rus. The name Russia came from the Greek word for Rus, which was Rossiya. And of course, more widely known is the Russification that happened in the period of the Soviet Union, when Russian was the only officially recognized language in the institutes of higher education and in the workplace. As we have seen, there have been many moments throughout history where Russia has systematically banned the use of the Ukrainian language in schools and in the workplace, for the purpose of Russifying the Ukrainian people and ultimately attempting to change their identity from that of Ukrainians to that of Russians. This is part of a long-held desire of having control over the Ukrainian people and their land. And that is why we see a link to what is happening today. Fortunately, even when struck with hardships, the use of the Ukrainian language still stands strong. In fact, the invasion of Ukraine has caused many of those who had perhaps still used the Russian language due to Russification policies over the centuries to switch over to speaking Ukrainian in their daily lives because of a shared understanding of the values and strength of the Ukrainian language. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and check out my other videos so you can stay informed. Stay tuned.